seen anything like that. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
The band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to go in the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk to sports and other stuff, like wintertime. The cold weather is here, guys. Which reminds me, what do you call Frosty after he's done 1,000 sit-ups? Anyone?
I don't know.
An abdominal snowman. I'm sorry, I can't say that. An abdominal snowman. I'm Roy Harter with a speech impediment and a pinched nerve. And here's your host, Mr. Eastside Dave McDonald. Hopefully he has neither of those two.
That was, I'm going to fucking call you Bill the Butcher.
I felt like
goddamn things in New York. You goddamn fucking butchered that thing.
An abdominal
snowman.
Wow. Why couldn't I say that?
An abdominal snowman. Go ahead, say it, please. Say it properly.
Abdominal snowman.
Yeah. What did you didn't you? It sounded like he had some slur against Aborigine people from Australia.
Don't make me laugh, David. Don't make me laugh, buddy. It hurts every time I fucking laugh with this.
I know. So we and by the way, Davey Mac Sports Program. I am Davey Mac, Roy Harter, Bobby Tamburo with us, coming off our triumphant Thanksgiving special, which had the entire world just going crazy. Everyone giving credit to one of the best covers of band songs. I mean, 3 dynamic covers by us, Cripple Creek, The Weight, and The Shape I'm In.
It came out pretty good.
And so we follow that triumphant episode up with a guy who said something about Aborigines, which is going to get us red flagged on YouTube for some sort of ethnic slur.
Oh, man.
Now, you were saying, Roy, that your pinched neck, which you had a pinched neck last week.
Yeah, it's I've had it for actually about 6 weeks now, and it's gotten to the point where it's unbearable, and nothing seems to be helping it. Physical therapy, gabapentin, all these fucking pills. I don't know what the hell I'm even taking anymore, but none of it seems to be working, buddy.
Have you tried your old friend, you and Lou Reed's old friend, heroin?
Not yet, but I'm actually thinking about it, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm that far along on this. I think I may have that Mick Mars syndrome. That shit, makes your neck go fucking.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it sounds like the worst thing ever. The only bright side of this, Roy, is you can finally live out your fantasies of becoming Bobby the Brain Heenan. You should get like an old-fashioned, neck brace, the real, cushiony, white, pillowy one.
Right.
With that to indicate to everyone, I'm injured. Look at me. I'm injured.
I want some attention.
Why don't you go for one of those neck braces?
Well, it's funny you mentioned the neck brace, David, because I actually considered it yesterday. I watched on Netflix. I watched the what's that the wrestling documentary?
Vince McMahon.
No, Vince McMahon. That one. Yeah. I watched it, and the whole when he goes to court and he shows up with a neck brace to kind of. It reminded me of the Eastside Dave Show episode, actually.
100%. I actually did the neck brace thing because of Vince McMahon in the post Stevie Lou destroying the desk episode.
I didn't realize that until
people had no idea what was going on. I took the Vince McMahon after he got punched in the face by Bret Hart after the Montreal Screwjob, and he did a sit-down interview with Jerry Lawler, with what's his face, JR, with Jim Ross. And I literally took the Vince McMahon speech word for word. And there were people like, well, this is an odd speech Dave's giving. Yeah. And then he like, well, I don't get why Dave, what does Dave mean? Why didn't Stevie Lou do what's right for business? Like, didn't they understand I was using all these terms? He didn't do the time-honored tradition of doing what's necessary for the business. No one fucking talks about stupid-ass, podcasts and shit like that. That was obviously all ripped off from Vince McMahon. intentionally.
I had no idea until last night, David. I knew you told me about it, but I didn't actually see I didn't put two and two together until I watched it last night. So I just started
That makes
laughing.
so much more sense than what I thought. I thought you were paying homage to that classic Brady Bunch episode where the guy fakes neck injury until Mr. Brady throws his suitcase and then turns, but you didn't say anything from that episode.
No, it was all Vince. It was all fucking Vince. I got that thing word for word. Now you go back and look at that. You'll say Davey Mac was a goddamn genius. I mean, I pull off that speech even better than Vince.
Oh,
Vince looked like a heel when he was doing that speech. When he actually thought when he was giving that little interview to Jim Ross,
sympathy.
He thought he was going to get the sympathy from the fans, and it actually made the fans end up hating Vince even more.
Oh my God!
Whereas I got sympathy for the most part. But anyway. Look, how was your Thanksgiving? Roy, we had a wonderful Thanksgiving episode at your house. That was a very special treat. And we may even be inviting ourselves up to your house again in mid to late December. Just letting you know.
Yeah, let's do it.
But how was your Thanksgiving with this fucking pinched neck situation?
It was a challenge, to say the least. I said rather than having turkey, I had some gabapentin. You know, so it was a bit of a disappointment for me. But
when is this thing going to get fixed? Are you going to need neck surgery or?
I don't think I need neck surgery, but I definitely have to continue with my physical therapy. I'm going in a couple days back to the doctor to see what the hell's going on here because it's too much. I can't sleep. I've been getting 2 hours of sleep every night. It's making me real grouchy. I'm fucking yelling at everyone. I'm just real disagreeable and
goddamn prick is what you are.
I am. Yes, I will admit I am. I'm not doing so good, buddy. But
I feel for you. I feel for you. For me, I decided to just shave my head in a protest of everything. In case anyone's wondering what I'm protesting, everything. Yeah. I'm protesting the planet Earth. So I decided after I was going to keep my hair for the last waltz performance. I wanted to resemble as much as Levon Helm as possible, which is why I flattened my hair and combed it to the side. I don't think people understood that my hair doesn't naturally go that way. I was trying to leave on myself for everyone. As soon as the Thanksgiving special was done, I said in protest of everything, I'm shaving my head. So this is a transcendent protest where I am protesting the entire planet right now.
Oh, I love it, David.
I'm just fed up. I'm fed up with slow drivers. In all honesty, here's what's killing me. Now that we got holiday season in New Jersey, at least, the goddamn slow folks are out and they're driving 10 to 15 miles an hour under the goddamn speed limit. I got places to go. Okay? You step on the gas. No one's asking you to pull a Mario Andretti, but we are asking you at the very minimum to go the speed limit, for Christ's sakes. I'm driving around in New Jersey following cars going 25 mph in a 40 mph zone, and it's killing me. No one goes 25 miles per hour on Route 35 in New Jersey. That's a fast road. That's a road for people who want to get something to eat, get something to drink, go get shopping, go to work. I don't know, but it's Route 35. It's a big road. Please drive faster. Holiday season doesn't mean don't drive fast. That's number one. Number two, I can't go to the supermarket and have a nice flowing experience where I'm pushing my stupid, shopping cart and I just go around the aisles and get what I want. I don't know what has happened to Americans, but these days you go to a supermarket, there's some fatso just standing in the middle of the aisle with their stupid shopping cart. And no matter how long you're behind them or you're trying to be pleasant and not be like, excuse me, but no matter how long you're behind them, they don't see you. And I think it's this. I think cell phones have destroyed people's peripheral vision. I want scientists to look into this goddamn theory. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Because ever since we've had phones, no one can see just out of the fucking corner of their eye.
It's true.
Okay, you see me almost standing practically next to you at the supermarket. I'm clearly trying to get around you. Could you take your dumb shopping cart and move to either side of the aisle? Not smack dab in the middle of it.
That's true. Yeah, it's very true.
This is why the head shaved. I
Dave,
gotta
I'm
protest everything.
Finding
Slow
academic
drivers,
studies.
fucking non-peripheral vision assholes at the supermarket.
You ever get the double whammy where you follow a slow driver for like 5 miles, get to the supermarket, and you've been cussing at them? You've been honking. All of a sudden, you're the bad guy for that. But then you get in the supermarket, and they're the ones blocking you in the aisle.
Oh, of course. It's happened to me all the time. And I can't take it anymore. What the hell's the matter with these people? Why can't they just look around? Don't you as a human being, we are animals, don't you as a human being get a little sense, a little Spider-Man tingly sense that someone's near you? But no, every fucking time I'm in the goddamn supermarket, some guy standing, I'm just trying to go and get one of those stupid pizzas.
Yeah, I have that sense too.
DiGiorno rising crust, that's all I'm trying to do. I don't need you sitting there, standing, scratching your ass, wiping your head, looking at how many goddamn flavors of sherbet there are. I need my DiGiorno rising crust pizza. I'm trying to get around you to go to the pizza area, you fucking asshole. And then they blame me when I start making noises or I start, come on. I do stuff under my breath like, or I'll cough real loud. And yet there they do. They just stand there. Phones and social media and the internet have destroyed us as a society because we no longer can God damn it. I'm telling you, I want this looked into. Scientists, get on this case. Phones have destroyed our peripheral vision. That's the only explanation for that.
They don't have to. They already have. I found several studies that say while it doesn't actually destroy your vision, it limits your visual field. So
no
you
doubt
stop
about
caring
it.
about what's in there.
No doubt. And I want to say something else. It's got to be a rule in the supermarket. If you're some dumb, out-of-it fatso sitting there in the middle of the goddamn aisle, blocking it for everyone, causing the goddamn shopping cart traffic jam, if that is you, then we should be able to take one item from our shopping cart, for instance, frozen corn, and smash you in the head with it. Like, that should be the rules. Because I can't take it anymore.
I'll tell you an interesting story about peripheral vision that actually relates to sports. A friend of mine, Steve Faltisak, childhood friend, used to be a pitcher for the Expos, right? So when he was in the Triple A's, he was working on his peripheral vision. They had all kinds of training things to improve his peripheral vision. So we decided to test him out on it. So he said, watch this. Stand next to me and take a step back. I was like, all right. So he said, now hold up how many fingers hold up a number of fingers on your hand, and I will tell you how many fingers you're holding. So I would be like, this and this, clearly out of sight. And he never got it right. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. So go figure.
I hate you for that. I hate you. Now, do you actually have a friend who played in the Montreal Expos organization?
I do actually. Steve Faltisak. I had his card.
Get him on the show sometime.
He lives in Arizona. He's a fantastic old friend of mine, and he would probably do it in a heartbeat. But he's in Arizona, and he works for the FAA now, so it would be the kind of thing I'd have to set him up. He actually played in Shea Stadium or Yankee Stadium. He had one. They called him up to the big leagues, up to the plate. Threw his first pitch out, home run. And they called him right back down again. His career was pretty much over.
Wow. And yeah, that would have been Shea Stadium if it was the Montreal Expos because he would have played against the Mets in the National League. But he hits a home run, and then they send him back down. You said he was a pitcher.
He was a pitcher, yeah. Steve
and he hit a home run.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He gave up a home run.
He gave up the home run.
Yes, his first pitch.
Oh, no wonder they sent your fucking friend down. Guy couldn't get the job done. Guy stunk it up.
which was crazy because he was like like in Long Island. This guy was like a legend. He was like the best of the best.
Yeah,
And
but I mean,
everyone,
what does that mean? So am I, in all honesty, Roy. And look at me.
True.
I mean,
Yes,
no one's going to expect me to have a 15-year Major League Baseball career. I am a local Jersey Shore sports legend. Everyone knows.
Of course,
I completely dominated on the basketball court. I dominated on the baseball field. I'm just dominant, really.
You are a dominator.
My buddy Casey Kleina did the same thing. Came into a game. He was a left-handed pitcher. They brought him in, tie game, 2 guys on base, gave up a 3-run home run, never played again. And I like to say I have a better ERA in the majors than Casey.
Oh, that's like the Moonlight Graham thing, Field of Dreams. He gets one plate appearance, and then he hits like a sacrifice fly. So the record books say he never actually had an at-bat. The weird thing is, if you look it up in the baseball encyclopedia, Moonlight Graham was an actual player who did go 0 for 0 in a game. So they took some obscure player and then made a character out of it for the movie. But the guy actually really exists.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. If it was really a Field of Dreams, they could get like a better player. Like, was McGuire busy?
No, that was the object. The object was that this guy fucking gets called up but never really has a chance to be in the majors. Now, when after he's dead, he finds himself in the Kevin Costner's purgatory in Iowa, and now he's living now. Oh my God! Now I get to finally play against all these major league greats. I get to play against Gil Hodges and this and that until that little dumb bitch starts choking on the hot dog, and then he's got to save her. And next thing you know, because he crossed the goddamn stones, he's back to being old goddamn Burt Lancaster, freaking Moonlight Graham, rather than young Frank Whaley, Moonlight Graham.
I see what you're saying, but if we're able to bend the rules of space-time, why not go back and tell the MLB Network, give Jose Canseco a job so he does not snitch? That would really save baseball.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The steroid scandal. Stop the steroid scandal. That would be a real
but we're talking about Field of Dreams. We're talking
where
about...
they bend the rules of time. He shows up. The scoreboard malfunctions.
Listen, little joke, man. I'm going to just keep the show on track. Roy, did you have any idea what he was fucking talking about?
I have a problem understanding you half the time when you speak sports, David.
You need segues sometimes in your You are a comedian, but you forget all those important rules of setups and segues sometimes. I didn't know what the hell.
That's okay.
That's okay.
No one can steal my idea for Field of Dreams 2 now.
I had the idea for Field of Dreams 2. Go check that out that trailer on Eastside Dave TV. That's one of the classics where I played I played Timothy Busfield, and it was a Field of Dreams Part 2. Come on. And my God, that was when I was a good, 225.
Yeah, that was Big Dave back then.
I like it because I pulled my pants up high to recreate, how Timothy Busfield, he was just such a dork in that movie with the high khakis and the shirt tucked into the... I don't like people tucking in their shirts. When the guy came up with Untuck It, I was like, that's the best idea for a product ever. But yeah, because of Timothy Busfield with the high pants, when I pulled him up on my chubby body, it was funny. It gave me like a nice bunt.
Yeah.
It was like a nice fat bulge that shouldn't be there.
Oh, man.
All right, now look, I'm not going to get crazy about this. I'm not going to talk about... Look, here's the bottom line. Joe Shane, the Giants general manager, had to watch Thanksgiving week. He had to watch Saquon Barkley yet again tear it up for the Philadelphia Eagles, this time on the game of the week, rushing for over 100 yards against the Baltimore Ravens as he led the Eagles to another win. Eagles now 10-2 and right there with the Lions and the best teams in the NFC, if not the NFL. But that's not all. He had to watch Xavier McKinney, former Giant, that he let go, get another interception, 7 interceptions, leads the league in the NFL. But that's not all. He had to watch Julian Love and Leonard Williams on the Seattle Seahawks play well, lead the Seahawks to a win over the Jets. But more importantly, or more significantly, Leonard Williams gets a pick 6 on the 8-yard line. Takes it all the way to the house.
Wow.
92 yards. He is it's the furthest run for a 300-pounder. Anyone 300 pounds or more has never had a pick 6 for as many yards as Leonard Williams.
Oh,
But
wow.
that's not all. Just for a little extra fun, forget about Saquon, forget about Xavier McKinney, Leonard Williams, Julian Love. Just for fun, watching the Ohio State-Michigan game. Former Giants defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale, is now the defensive coordinator from Michigan. And he almost shuts them out. He coaches an incredible game, holds Ohio State to only 10 points. Now, McKinney, Leonard Williams, Julian Love, Wink Martindale, Saquon Barkley. If the Giants just had the same fucking guys on their team as last year, you'd be like, wow, this is a pretty good team. Like, this team is loaded with talent. Instead, he traded Leonard Williams for what? A 3rd-round draft pick. Great. That's just great. I'm sure your 3rd-round draft pick will amount to Leonard Williams. Oh, wait a second. No, he won't. That's not whatever happens in the NFL. Never. And I want to tell you something else. In the same way that we were saying how these general managers handle running backs is antiquated and, quite frankly, unjust, saying by the time the running backs hit 28 years old, they're done. They're not done. We just saw a whole bunch of guys, 28, 29, 30 years. Najee Harris, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Elite players are elite players. What? Najee Harris is 25, Stanley said. But you know my point. He's sick, home from school, and he's correcting me. The audacity of my child. You're supposed to be on the couch playing Nintendo quietly. But my point is, in the same way that it's antiquated to be giving up on your elite running back at the age of 27, here's also another antiquated, stupid thing that the NFL does.
Oh, enlighten me.
I don't remember the Giants saying, hey, Harry Carson started with the Giants in 1975. The Giants were abysmal in 1979, 1980. I don't remember the Giants saying we should trade Harry Carson. They said, no, we should probably get Harry Carson some help. So let's draft a little guy named Lawrence Taylor, a little guy named Carl Banks, have one of the best linebacking cores of all time. In other words, when you have a great player, why are you trading them? The exact same thing can be said for Michael Strahan. Did the Giants trade Michael Strahan after year 4 or 5 when the Giants were terrible in the late 90s?
Nope.
The answer is no. Why? Why didn't they? Because he's great. Yeah. Trading that for a 3rd-round draft pick is not. It doesn't make sense. And it's proven time and time again. These 3rd-round, 4th-round draft picks never do anything. And then the guy goes to a different team. He keeps playing well. And we go, why didn't we just keep that guy? People are always like, well, the second any NFL team goddamn struggles, people want their 2 or 3 best players traded. For what? For picks that more than likely are not going to materialize? We've all seen a ton of general managers have draft after draft after draft, and maybe one of their players hits. We're not seeing general manager, a 3rd-round goddamn draft pick means nothing. Why are we constantly seeing, well, Giants are out of it. Let's trade. You know what? Let's trade Malik Neighbors then. Right now. Let's trade Ojolari. Let's trade everyone who's good. You know what? We just got that Brian Burns guy, right? Let's trade him. Oh, Dexter Lawrence. He's really, really good. Let's trade him. Let's get him off the team. How are you supposed to be rebuilding when you're trading established NFL great players? I am so sick and tired of general managers utilizing this antiquated, overused, stupid philosophy. The point is, if you have Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams and Xavier McKinney and Saquon Barkley and everybody else, keep them on the team and then go find yourself a quarterback, or you fill in the holes that you needed filled in. If you're trading Dexter Lawrence or whoever, Leonard Williams, for a third-round draft pick, you've lost a great player, and then you're getting nothing in return except a question mark. It is antiquated bullshit. It needs to end. I swear to God, I'd be a general manager in sports. Then 99% of these guys, I would.
Another point I just saw Kevin Garnett make about the NBA with everybody getting younger. Same applies to your NFL team. By getting rid of that guy, you've had 4 years of experience of things that work, things that don't work, and stupid things. Even like you can't wash our pants before practice because players get itchy. Dumb shit that you don't realize because they were all replaced by young new guys.
Yeah. And I mean, like, even if the guy is reasonably good who you drafted in the third round, you're going to have to wait 1 or 2 years for him. And so, everything just gets pushed back and pushed back. That is not the way to rebuild. How about this for a crazy thought? Keep your great players, get rid of your shitty ones. Then try to get great players to play the positions where the shitty ones were, who you released. You see how easy that is? Because goddamn, Saquon, Leonard Williams, Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, go up and down the line. Yeah. We had all those guys on this Giants team. Who's to say we could have been a wild card team this year? It's insane.
You're the Cleveland Indians of the NFL. All your old stars are doing great elsewhere.
You're the crazy Eddie of the NFL.
One of the reasons why I shaved my head was to also protest fellow Giants fans. Because now I'm starting to see a couple of these nincompoop Giants fans go, well, I mean, look, hot take. I think Joe Shane should come back. You got to have some stability and consistency. Hot take. That shit is molten lava stupid take. Why would you trust him to do anything? I don't want Joe Shane near the draft. I don't want Joe Shane near free agency. I don't want Joe Shane near the Giants. He can't have a hand in any acquisitions this offseason. No! You want to tell me Brian Daboll's been caught up in this mess? I'll say fine, keep Daboll. Get a new general manager. He would probably give Daboll a year. Hey, Daboll, you got this year, okay? If the Giants suck and are horrific again, I'm getting my own guy. So whether or not we want to keep Daboll, that's a different discussion. He won the Coach of the Year 2 years ago. Shane hasn't won anything. Shane sucks. Shane has proven to let all the great Giants go.
He's not even the best GM in his family.
No, his son is, because his son wanted Daniels. Damn it. And those Hard Knocks clips are going to haunt me for the rest of my life. Because I got to
say they make it hard to sleep.
But we all got to personally witness how weak John Mara is. He is a weak man. I'm furious. I'm furious today that any Giants fan would want Joe Shane brought back. Just tell me that you don't care about Giants football, okay? This is the New York goddamn market. We don't give people another year to see it, just to see if they can figure it out. On a hope and a whim. Well, let's just see if he can figure it out. Give him one more year. Why? He's proven to have made catastrophic decisions every single year. God, I hate myself.
You right, David?
No. The ball was harder than I thought. Now I think I gave myself a little concussion, a little Trevor Lawrence activity.
Oh, Jesus.
What, Robert?
No.
What? You related to that fucking long-haired hippie?
No, I was just thinking of that hit and how he made that reflex we all make as kids, the archer pose.
I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy got a cheap shot. The defensive player hit him. It was a total dirty play. And now Trevor Lawrence is, he's done. He's a long-haired Daniel Jones. Done. Forget about it. Bye-bye. You'd have Roy in his pinched neck.
Yeah.
Pinched nerve neck having more mobility at this point than Trevor Lawrence. If he got to take shots like that when he runs. And then I see people going online on Twitter too. Also with no either sense of reality or they've never played sports in their life. Because I saw some people going, I don't know what people are expecting a defensive player to do. Like, Trevor Lawrence slid too late and the blah, 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 blah. No, he didn't. And in knowing sports, you got to know the nuances of the game, okay? When the quarterback looks like he's about to go down, you're taught as a football player to dive over the quarterback, to avoid that hit, but also to make sure that the quarterback's not going to try some weird hurdle or some bullshit or I'm going to fake slide and then I'm going to keep running or any of that shit. So what you're taught is you go hard, but you're basically going on an angle that's over the quarterback. Okay? That's what you're taught. The guy came in, forearms blasting this dude right in the head, and then kept blasting him until he took another concussion when his head hit the ground. Oh. So he gave him a 1-2. First, whammy. A big elbow right in the face, right in the head, which probably gave him concussion 1, and then drove Trevor Lawrence into the ground, giving him concussion number 2. No, that's a dirty play. People got to get off Twitter and start playing sports. Stop looking at your phones. I'm sorry. It's ruining your brains and your peripheral vision.
Plus, they have montages of that same player taking dirty shot after dirty shot after dirty shot for his whole NFL career. He's a dirty player.
He actually, they had one where he tried to, smash Tom Brady in the throat. He does one of these moves. He goes like that to Brady.
That should be, he should be arrested. That's assault. That's not,
Brady said it. He was like, what the hell, man? The guy literally took his hand and did a jabbing motion on my goddamn larynx.
That's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, this guy needs to be kicked the hell out of the league. Get this nut out. He's no one famous. He's no one important. Kick him out. Dirty-ass football player. The sport is physical enough, dummy. It's violent enough, stupid, that they don't need this cheap BS on top of it. Get him out.
I would also like to say it was refreshing to see his teammates stick up for him for once. Absolutely. Too many times in the NFL this season, I've seen a cheap shot go unpunished. It was great to see his lineman come and try to murder that man.
No, they had to do that. They had to do that. If those teammates didn't come to Trevor Lawrence's defense, my God, I would have released all of them if I was the coach. I just would have said, you're all gone. You're all gone. I'll get guys who care.
But if they showed they cared.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Jets land, they had a lead. They choked. They lose to the Seahawks 26-21. So this whole Aaron Rodgers experiment, right? Bye-bye. This Aaron Rodgers experiment was like the experiment of that submarine thing that went in the water to see the Titanic and then it exploded.
Yeah.
This was the same type of scientific experiment. It just slowly sank and sank and sank until it absolutely imploded, killing everyone. The New York submersibles. They shouldn't be called the Jets anymore. No more New York Jets. Call them the New York submersibles. Because you guys remind me of that stupid ass stuff. And by the way, if you're going down to see the Titanic, you got to screw loose, man. We got all the footage we need. from Titanic on YouTube, from the movie, the James Cameron movie. We don't need more.
Yeah,
You don't need to see it.
It's not even the real Titanic.
Excuse me?
You know the Titanic was insurance fraud, right?
Here we go.
There was
This is one
another
of these
ship-
Alex Jones type
Titanic.
of
No. There was
comments.
another ship that fit the exact dimensions, but wasn't under insurance. The Titanic was. They swapped them out.
I thought I saw this in season 3 of Lost, where they faked the whole fucking plane in the bottom of the ocean.
Telling you, man.
So, what's the matter? You might have to retire because of your neck?
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I can't even sit still.
Don't worry.
It's been 25 minutes of.
No, actually, you have to stay here for the remainder of the show. We're now calling this the Davey Mac Guantanamo Bay program. Yes. And the whole thing is to torture you. Now, if you have to leave, Roy,
I'm so sorry, man.
Inviting us over to your house last week and inviting us over to your house in a few weeks.
Well, you are more than welcome to come by. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought that I was going to be able to make it through this show, but
you're in pain.
I can't do it, man. I'm
sorry, Roy.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Get that morphine. Get that morphine, baby.
I will.
Don't worry.
I have to. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Roy.
I'll send you my.
Oh wait, Roy.
Copy. Yes.
Is there a way you can just lay down and then you could keep the audio file rolling?
I could lay down, but you just.
We'll make it work. Okay, buddy.
Yeah. All right.
You take care of yourself.
I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you guys in a little while. Thank you.
All right, Roy Harter. Roy Harter, everybody.
Dave, can I just compliment you? You're too good of a man. I appreciate you trying to take some work off my plate, but I'll make it work for Roy.
Make it sound good.
I'll do my best. I'll make that work for Roy.
You're happy, aren't you? Now you're finally happy. Roy's gone, your nemesis.
No, I'm really worried about him, dude.
The guy who takes all your shine. He had to bail out, and now it's just you. Now it's the Dave man and the Bobby T fucking rocking the sports.
This is a little bit like Tommy Football coming in, right? Where they're like, nobody's really happy about this, but maybe he'll do something.
My son's sick. I'm sick. Roy's got a pinched nerve. You're the only one doing well. So this is going to be an abbreviated program anyway. Okay.
I'm that Sixers player that makes a bunch of TikToks after scoring 30 points a game.
But so that's it for the Jets. That's it for Aaron Rodgers. What a joke. What an embarrassment. And I'll tell you something else too. Aaron Rodgers has destroyed his legacy. This guy was like, having those whispers of top 5 QB of all time. Hell no, not anymore. No way. Aaron Rodgers doesn't come near the top 5 now. Not even close. Sorry.
It makes Andrew Luck look brilliant by comparison.
Yeah.
Getting out early. He's still, every once in a while, people are like, boy, it'd be amazing to see what his career could like. It left people want more. Even Brady. People
Andrew
are like,
Luck, by the way, is going back to Stanford as the team's general manager because not athletic director. Now the goddamn football teams have GMs because, they pay their players. So they're basically actually making them into mini NFL teams. And Andrew Luck is going back to Stanford as a general manager. Bills, Allen, this freaking Josh Allen, it's too much.
He's playing his heart out.
The guy had a play yesterday where he got credit for throwing a touchdown and receiving a touchdown, a la Bugs Bunny. I mean,
that was a brilliant play. I know it wasn't called that way, but
he threw to one of his teammates. The teammate, got it in his hand for half a second before lateraling it to Allen, and then Allen takes it in, dives for the goal line, gets it, touchdown. So he got a throwing touchdown and a receiving touchdown
in one play. He reminds me of a quarterback I had when I coached JV football. He was an athlete, and the rest of our team was not. So there were a lot of third downs where I'd be like, you just get me a first down. I don't really care. Feels like he's the one on the team, just like, all right, guys, everybody ride my tail to success.
The Thanksgiving thing, that Chicago Bears guy got fired. What's his name? Uberflus or something? Yeah, Eberflus. I got it. I was calling him Uberflus. That's the car company. Eberflus gets fired. Again, you watch sports long enough, you go, seriously, how are some of these coaches and general managers allowed to be participating in professional sports. One of the things that gets my goat every single time is these dumbass coaches holding on to timeouts like they're bars of gold that they can then take back to their house and deposit in the bank. Like, use your timeouts. They had the ball with Caleb Williams gets sacked with 6 seconds, 30 seconds to go in the game. And he doesn't call timeout. No. And they literally let all of that time go down until Williams calls a play with 5 seconds left, throws it incomplete, zeros on the clock, game over. Bears fire Eberflus the next day. They deserved to. He deserved to get fired. That's what I like.
Absolutely. Here's the other part people don't consider. You can call 2 plays in 1 timeout. Like, I get the idea you want to have a timeout before your last play. Call a timeout and call 2 plays. Like, and just be ready to go.
Yeah, it was so mishandled, so disorganized. And again, Hard Knocks don't lie. I told you when I watched the Hard Knocks Bears after the disaster, which was the Hard Knocks Giants made me lose faith in this entire regime before the season started. And look who turned out to be right. The other thing that I said here on this show was that the Hard Knocks Chicago Bears preseason, to me, Eberflus was weak. He was weak. He thinks a certain way, in one of the scenes, and then Nick Saban comes and talks to him, and the next thing you know, he's like, "Oh yeah, I should take notes because I guess I don't know jack and shit." Nick Saban knows a lot more than I do. When that started happening, and again, of course, you're going to listen to a coaching legend, but still, Eberflus looked like a kid. He looked like someone who's just weak, not a leader of men.
I couldn't agree with you more. Also, it's a rookie quarterback. Call your timeout, right? Like, regardless of the time and situation, before let him get it under control.
Oh,
realize
100%.
It's not like you had Tom Brady back there who you're like, all right, Brady's got this. He knows what he wants for the touchdown. This is somebody who's never been in that position in the NFL.
Call your timeout. The second it starts getting under 20, you go, you know what? Taking too long, timeout. Golly.
The number of kind of goofball coaches you've seen really makes Mike Tomlin's comments where they'd be like, oh, this player just doesn't do this or that. He said it would drive him nuts because he's like, then why am I getting paid millions of dollars? I can teach you to catch. I can teach you to be on time. I can teach you to read a play. That's why and so like he took the responsibility, and you see he's developed these quarterbacks over years, these players.
Yeah,
I'm a Steelers
Mike
fan,
Tomlin can literally win with anyone on his team. He is an incredible coach. Just anyone who makes the Pittsburgh Steelers, you have a chance to go to the playoffs. You're going to have a winning season, and you have a legit chance to make the playoffs. Tomlin's incredible.
I mean, case in point, Russell Wilson was in the Aaron Rodgers camp of having destroyed his legacy last year and is now back with one last run.
He's playing well.
Yeah,
and he's got actually Russell Wilson and Justin Fields for red zone situations, running situations, sometimes end of the game by the goal line. He brings in Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is doing well. I mean, it's crazy. Now, big story that happened in college. Oh, we just brought it up. Michigan defeated Ohio State, a major shocker. Ohio State, number 2 in the country. Michigan was coming into the game 6-5, not even ranked. Having beaten Ohio State the last 3 years under Jim Harbaugh. But guess what? Jim Harbaugh goes to the NFL. J.J. McCarthy goes to the NFL. They lose everybody. They lose their running back, who's awesome. They lose everybody. Total different coach. This is the year that beard dying weirdo Ryan Day, head coach of Ohio State, needed to win. And instead, this odd Steve Blackman lookalike chokes for what? The 5th, 6th, 7th time? When they played Alabama in the national championship game, he choked. He's choked the last 3 years. He's now 1-4 against Michigan. He did get a win against Michigan his first year, and now 4 straight losses to an inferior Michigan Wolverines team when he, on the Ohio State Buckeyes, has the largest payroll. Sad that we have to talk about college sports like this, but it's the truth. They have the most expensive roster in all of college football. And he goes out there and they can't score more than 10 points.
Also, who is their offensive coordinator? Do you know this?
No.
Chip Kelly.
That's
He
right.
restricted Chip Kelly's play calling. I watched this game live. Like, it wasn't the Chip Kelly of old. It wasn't the Chip Kelly we've seen all season of creative play calling. They look like Jim fucking Tressel running the ball up the middle. Now, yes, do I hate Michigan as a Penn State fan? Sure, but I needed Ohio State to win this game.
Well, Chip Kelly was only Chip Kelly in Oregon. Everywhere else, Chip Kelly's been a bust. You know, he's still living off, being an awesome coach for like a 3-year stretch at Oregon, where he had them in the national championship picture. But let's be honest. I mean, he's fallen from grace.
Then he went to the Eagles, got rid of all the African Americans. Then he left that team.
Why the 3 yards in a cloud of dust approach? Why are we running every single play? Why are we not throwing the ball? You watch these stupid, college pregame shows or even the NFL pregame shows. And the cliche of, well, they got to run the ball. They have to establish the run. They have to run. Got to rush. Well, we need a balanced attack. Got to have that run attack, though. Shut up! No, football is a throwing game in 2024. Both in college and in the pros, okay? No, we don't need to run. We need to get our 6'4", a Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver who can jump 5 feet in the air. We just need to throw it high. Let the guy run down the field, blow away the secondary with speed, and in the weird case that the secondary stays up with him, just throw it high, jump ball so he catches it. We don't need to be running all the time. I'll tell you, Ryan Day is a choke artist. Holy cow. As for after the game, I'm sorry. That's on Ohio State, Robert. That was not on Michigan. Michigan gets their flag. They go to plant it on the middle of the field. Hey, asshole, this isn't, the moon landing with goddamn Neil Armstrong and Buzz Landing. You plant it on the field, it'll stay there for like 30 seconds while the kids take a picture, and then someone will take it down. It's not like he's not all of a sudden declaring that this stadium now belongs to Michigan University with the plant flagging. It's a stupid post-game little tradition that I've seen every college utilize. And the fact of the matter is, Ohio State, you lost. Go walk your asses back to the locker room, losers. Michigan's allowed to celebrate on the 50-yard line. I got no stake in this. I'm a Notre Dame guy, by the way. But it rubbed me the wrong way that you're not allowing the team who came in as an unranked opponent and beat you when you were second in the nation, and they're happy and they have their dumb flag and they're going to wave it around at 50. Get lost, Ohio State. You had an entire football game to put the boots to these guys. You failed to do it. You can't do it after the game. If you can't do it in the game, you don't get the chance to do it after the game. Get the hell out of here. Go to the locker room. Get lost. So then a riot starts between Michigan and Ohio State. By the way, this is in Ohio State's stadium. And so some cop takes pepper spray and starts pepper spraying people.
That should have been the unifying moment. That's when both teams should have come together and really just tore up the place.
What the hell's the matter with that cop? You're talking
about
young man in shoulder pads, knee pads, and helmets. Let them push each other for a little bit. No one's going to get killed. Why the hell are the police taking pepper spray out on a football field, even if there is a fight between two teams? Get lost. This isn't happening on Main Street, USA. It's happening between two groups of athletes who are pissed off at one another. But by the way, they're all wearing protective gear, like helmets and shoulder pads. So let them handle it. You get lost. Stupid ass dummy. That bothered me too.
Yeah,
that's why I shaved the head and I have to protest everything today.
Well, I'm glad it was your choice and not God's like some of us around here, but that's okay. I'm pissed about the Ohio State ending because did you follow what Lane Kiffin said at all?
The Ole Miss
I
coach. No, what did he say?
I hate Lane Kiffin almost
He's
as
a
much
heel.
as I hate John Calipari.
He's a
If
heel. Lane Kiffin's a heel. No question about
you
it.
know, little Wayne said it best: smoke weed, talk shit like I'm Lane Kiffin. But he came out in a press conference and said, "We do not want to play in the SEC championship. We have one loss. And if we don't play, we're going to get into this 12-team playoff. But if we play and we get our second loss, that might be enough to knock us out," which is logically a reasonable thing to say. But that prompted Penn State coach James Franklin to open his big mouth and go, "We want to play in the Big Ten championship. We're not scared." So now the Nittany fucking Lions get what they wish and have to play the undefeated Oregon Ducks for the Big Ten championship. In doing so, we'll probably lose and be knocked out of the 12th.
Well, I'll tell you, this coach needs a win versus a top team in the worst way. He keeps getting Penn State in a good position, Robert, and I know you're an alumni there. So Penn State, you care about the Penn State Nittany Lions. This Franklin guy gets him ranked, gets him highly ranked year in and year out.
Yeah.
Seems to get him a good record year in and year out. But yeah, every single time they face a top 5 team, they completely fold. Just completely fold like a house of cards.
Literally, the online newspaper Onward State put out an article that was like 5 things you're not supposed to discuss with your family. And number 1 was Franklin's record against top 5 ranked teams because he is so terrible. I'll say
He's another choke artist. Him and Ryan Day, both of them.
In the season he did have a ton of success, it was due to his offensive coordinator. He's a great recruiter. He's great for the community. He's built a great team, but he is not a great manager. He needs to surround himself with someone who knows how to manage a game clock and how to call plays.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So that's all your football roundup. Real quick, Mets and Red Sox have emerged as the top teams to get Juan Soto. I swear to God, Cashman, Hal Steinbrenner, I can't believe I'm having this with 2 of my franchises. Like Brian Cashman, a little weasel who thinks he's a lot smarter than he is. Yankees general manager. Joe Shane, Giants general manager. Little weasel who thinks he's a lot smarter than he is. John Mara, weak and cheap, unlike his father, who cared about winning and would spend a little cash. George Steinbrenner, and then Hal Steinbrenner. Hal, weak and cheap, doesn't spend the extra dollar the way George did. I mean, I'm living through a double nightmare right now. If the Yankees screw up this Soto thing, I'm being serious. It's going to murder my Yankee fandom enthusiasm.
I'm glad that's where that sentence ended.
The Yankees,
Yankees
have gotten the MVP and the Rookie of the Year in the American League. Luis Gil, Yankee pitcher, named the American League Rookie of the Year. Aaron Judge named near unanimous MVP. And I don't care because of how the season ended and how devastating it was. But also going, okay, the one thing we can count on is if Juan Soto comes back, we'll have a chance to win the World Series next year. But if Juan Soto does not come back, they will not have a chance. Just like the Giants were stupid in letting Saquon Barkley go and saying, well, let's get cheaper guys worth, for less money. Well, here's what happens, cheaper guys, less money. They suck more. See, talent is something you have to pay for.
Absolutely.
Pay for Juan Soto, dummies.
Remember when Tom Brady said to get the worst players around him and he wanted the highest contract of all time? Oh, wait. He said the opposite. No. He said, I'll take less money. Go get better players.
Yeah. Brady worked around it. He said, take some of my money, pay me when I'm retired, whatever. It's ridiculous, man. I tell you, and it's the worst nightmare as a Yankee fan. Mets and Red Sox.
Yeah. Or Astros. That would be the just announced third emerging team. Houston Astros. Yeah. Juan Soto. Ugh. Can't wait till Jalen Brunson announced he wants to join his buddy Dante DiVincenzo, and you're in this position for 3 teams at once.
Oh my God. At least I have the Knicks. They're 12-8 right now. They're 4th in the Eastern Conference. They whooped the hell out of the Pelicans yesterday. They beat them by like 40. OG Anunoby has played
3 guys from the bar.
Well, yeah. But OG Anunoby's played great. Brunson's been great. Karl Anthony Towns has been great. 25-12, Robert.
It's a long season. He'll PMS enough. It won't be a problem.
Third in the NBA in rebounding yesterday, without even playing the pretty much the last quarter and a half. They took him out midway through the third because the Knicks were up by 35, 40 points. So basically, in 2.5 quarters, Karl Anthony Towns had 19 rebounds. Okay?
Seems
Combined
like
with the 25 points, this guy's getting it done.
For now, it's a long season. We'll see what happens.
I'm liking what I'm... Listen, between him, OG, and Brunson, we got something. Bridges needs to step up. He did yesterday, his first 30-point game in the Garden. Well. He needs to keep turning it up. But if Bridges can join the party, we got something.
You know, I've been surprisingly impressed with this season. LaMelo Ball. I think it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out with him at the end of the season if he goes to be a number 2 piece somewhere with another rising star or something along those lines. He's balling out. Have you seen his numbers at all? I know he plays for the Hornets and nobody gives a shit, but
yeah,
he's averaging like 15 assists. His highlights are looking like AI. He's throwing between the legs alley-oops, and it seems like he's having fun.
I hate that family. Honestly, the father made me hate the kids, so I don't follow them in any way, shape, or form unless I'm forced to, unless the Knicks are actually directly playing them. Is when I'm following them. I can't get into the Ball family.
Oh, no, I understand that. Did I say Lonzo? I meant LaMelo. The reason I like him is because he was like, fuck you, Dad. I'm not joining Big Baller Brand. I'm not playing in your stupid league overseas. I'm doing this my way. So that's why I kind of root for him.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, he's a good guy, kind of like you, Dave.
Anyway, that'll do it. All right?
Yes,
we did what we had to do, which is we brought the fire and the fury.
We always do, baby. We always do.
In fact, that's what I want the episode to be called. Fire and the Fury.
Text me that.
All right.
Thank you. Just want to make sure I get it right. I don't know how to spell fury.
Fair enough. Want to thank all the Eastside Davidians for supporting our show on the old YouTube there and watching our Thanksgiving special that we did at Roy's house. It was a tremendous amount of fun. Everyone seemed to enjoy it a lot, and we had a great time. Hopefully Roy's pinched nerve gets better. Jesus, I'm really a little concerned here.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find him some heroin.
Any plugs for you, Robert?
Yeah, so this Wednesday, Roy and his band Title will be performing in Long Island. Head to Roy's social media for the exact time and location and everything. I believe it's them, and then they're doing their Pearl Jam tribute, so it'll be a good show. Check it out. And then Thursday, I will be at Stand Up New York with Mike Bichetti on the Mike Bichetti and Friends show, so come check that out as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, listen, make sure you're checking everything out. We did another Thanksgiving. We did part 2 of the Thanksgiving special, the Ron and Fez Thanksgiving special on Davey Mac's Tales from the Satellite. That's our show that premieres and debuts on Patreon first, stays there for a month, sometimes longer, sometimes a couple months, and then we release old episodes on YouTube. You want to get in on it before anyone else, patreon.com/EastSideDave. I believe Yaddle Chattel might be making an appearance this week, Robert. Skeleton Crew is coming out.
Let me know if I can
watch out for Yaddle Chattel, my Star Wars podcast that I do usually when there's a Star Wars show that's going on, contemporarily. And that'll do it for Bobby T, Robert Tamburo, for Roy Harter. I'm Davey Mac. Thank you for watching and listening. Good night, everybody.